All right, guys, so we are on the third video of this free series that we are shooting right here, which is basically going to teach you how to use System.io. And I wanted to make this video pretty short, pretty concise, but we are going to look at exactly what are the first few things that we need to get started with System.io. So as I mentioned, you have multiple options of a tool like this that exists in the marketplace. Okay, guys, I'm just saying this, it is not the only tool. The skills that you're learning within this free course, obviously I'm going to share with you with regards to this specific tool, which is System.io, but you can apply these skills of sales building or sales funnel building, the software generation, and so on and so forth. Basically how to use the software, the features, the same concepts. You can take those same concepts and apply it to literally any other software that's also serving the same purpose, because at the end of the day you want to create or learn the skill sets actually that are needed for marketing as a whole. And being a tech support is always going to be useful within this space. Okay, so I just wanted to share with you that. Let me just scroll down and tell you literally what are the other features, or rather what are the options available, right? So there are always alternatives. So I'm really going to say system.io alternatives just for you guys to understand, right? So system.io versus ClickFunnels, system.io versus GrooveFunnels, HubSpot. You have all of these lead pages, Instapage, Thrivecart. There are so many options available. Deadline Funnel, Kajabi, WordPress, ConvertKit, Builderall. I think there's Powlead Systems, Go High Level. This is another one which is very popular at the moment and has a lot of AI features also available. So each one has its own purpose, right? So you can see these comparisons out there, and as you can see, there are all these tools that do the similar thing as System.io, some good, some bad, some different purposes. Now I've used honestly a lot of these tools, and yes, let me give you an example, right? So System.io versus Elementor is a pretty good a good software to have. Elementor is something that is always shown on YouTube and everything else, because they have a good affiliate program, they have a good software that's available, they have pretty done for you service and everything else. There are elements that are not there. So right, the contact features are not going to be there, the deadline funnels are not going to be there, the email sends are not going to be there. You have to integrate another software that's available. Now, doesn't mean that Elementor is bad, it just means that it is different. If it has a different purpose, let's say it's got a higher end website builder model compared to anything else, right? So your websites are going to be really good, and if you want to enhance any of the other features, then you need other tools to integrate with it, so your cost definitely increases that. So just to give you guys an understanding of what's the difference between the two, these are just little bit of an understanding that there are other tools out there. Okay, so when you have System.io, let's just scroll up. We're going to go to the main page. You click on the button below. If you don't have it, you basically be taken to this page right here, right? So we're talking about the free account right now. You enter your email address, you click here, and you get started. When you get started, you will need to sign up. Now, your sign up entire process that I would recommend, there are a couple of things that you need to do. The first thing that I would suggest is to go right here, go to settings, and start to finish your entire process of setting up your account. If you're an individual, put an individual. If you're a company, you can put a company. That's up to you. Start to set up your account and all your details. Obviously, you will be on the free plan, not like myself. As you can see, I'm on the paid plan. It says $33 a month, guys, just because I'm in Europe. And because I'm in Europe, I pay a VAT tax, which is just basically an extra tax that all services need to provide. So that's obviously what they provide, and I pay that, so it comes around $33 every single month. That's including the tax that's there. Just to show you, this is where the plans are, and then you're going to set up everything within your settings. Okay, this is the first thing that I want you guys to do, because many times maybe you'll realize that, okay, this is I need this tool, I need this extra software or not, but I want to go through everything. So you have your profile, you have your account, you have your plan, then you have your payment gateways. As you can see, the payment gateways available here are only if you are actually getting a payment yourself. So if you are creating a digital product and you want to receive payments, then setting up a payment gateway is important. If you are an affiliate marketer, as this course is teaching you guys, and you're taking that affiliate product, and the affiliate product is on a network like ClickBank or Warrior Plus or wherever, then you do not need to set up really anything with regards to payment plan, because at the end of the day, you're not you're not receiving payments, right? You are just receiving leads. So it's really up to you. They have a lot of options that are available here. I like the fact that they have a lot of options that are available here. For now, I have my Stripe account connected. Once I have my PayPal account, I will get my PayPal account connected, and slowly I would like to have kind of pretty much all of these options available, but you don't really need all of them, obviously. This is something to pay attention to. And then you can go to manage subscription. So obviously if you are on a paid plan, this is where you're going to see your subscriptions. Okay, so that's just for you to understand. That's where you're going to see your paid subscription. Then you go to emails right here. You will not need to set up anything right now in emails, but I'm just going to show you that it is possible to integrate SendGrid with the email sequence and everything else. And you can see right here there is domains, which we will come to. That's the next step that we're going to talk about. But domains, which we're going to need to verify, verified email address, which is also needed. And I'm going to show you guys how to get this verified email address. And then you can set up your sender right here, and you can even set up your name so that it's clear. Okay, so this is basically the sender's name is displayed in the email header when sending the marketing emails. If you have an authenticated domain, the sender's name will be used when sending the, yeah, okay. So I can just to show you guys, I'll just put David Pinto so that everybody understands what it is. Okay, then you have a testing email. If you want a double opt-in, you can have a double opt-in, and you can even put this confirmation email, edit your confirmation email. This is just something to pay attention to. As you can see right here, there's a confirmation link if there's a subscription, and so on and so forth. So right now I personally don't use double opt-in, but if you want, you can, and so on and so forth. Then you have a static email footer that is available right here. This I removed. I had it before, but I removed it right now. I don't know why I removed it, to be honest. I have to think about that. Most probably I will add the footer and keep it available, but there's something just to add. Maybe a disclaimer is good to add in the footer. And then I always keep the display unsubscribed from campaign link below. Why? Because as I collect my email addresses, I do want people to feel free to always unsubscribe. They don't need to be on my email list. So giving that option available to them. And obviously if somebody reaches out to me and they're not satisfied with what I'm sharing with them, then they can always hit that unsubscribe below, and I can direct them as well. Okay, so that is something to pay attention to, just to show you guys. That's emails. Then you can see in courses, you can set up different things right here. So for example, if you want to store student sessions, I already don't know what this is, but store events when a student opens a lecture and allows you to export this data. Okay, that's interesting. Disable download an audio video from courses. This I would maybe yeah, I would put that. Disable downloading of audio and video from course pages. I will save that. I don't want people to download my courses. Okay, so that's something that you can do. Then you go to your payment settings. Obviously, this is just to show you guys the possibilities. So let's say you have a priority service. I know this is not applicable to you guys. I know that. So you can skip this if you want, but I want to just share these options available to you to see how the tool works in itself, right? So it's so easy to get started with a digital product in System.io that it is something to pay attention to. So receipts, if you need to send immediately a receipt to a customer, you can just keep that available for you. Don't click on don't send. If you don't want to send, then obviously tick that. Same is with tax details. So as I was mentioning before, like my the System.io account, because I'm in Italy, and just because I'm in Italy as a whole, in Europe itself, we have around 21% VAT tax that is applied on pretty much everything, all services and options available for you guys. So this is a tax that I have to pay as a whole. And this is, if you don't want to charge it, you don't need to charge it, but if you don't want to charge it, I still need to pay the government that tax. So most people include it in their pricing. So for example, I'll just give you guys an example. In my course, in my main course that I have the possibility of people to reach out for a one-to-one call with me. And in that one-to-one call, it does include the tax. Why? Because if I'm charging $100 and I have a 22% tax, then those $22 need to go to the government, and I'm going to accept that tax. Okay. But if, let's say, I don't want to charge it, then that 22 is still going from my pocket, and my earnings are just $80 from that $100. Okay, so if you don't want to charge VAT, you don't need to charge VAT. You can click that there immediately. I would use something like Stripe because it just has everything customizable for where the person is actually making that payment from. So that's saving you a lot of time and effort, right? My pricing plans usually are in euros just because I'm in Europe. Then you can update your terms and conditions here. Now we'll talk about terms and conditions a little bit later. I've left it as is. You don't need to do anything initially, but it's something that I would recommend you to start to apply in your marketing, because it is going to help you. We want to be safe. We want to take care of ourselves. We want to take care of this business long term, right? So we want to have these policies in place. So that's something to pay attention to, but we will not get into it right now. That is all over here. Then you look at sales funnels. Sales funnels, pretty much if you need to have some tracking codes, or I'm not sure what else is needed right here, but there's nothing for you guys to do. Then you have the shipping settings. This is if you want to enable shipping to specific places. This is for physical products, again not applicable to us. Affiliate program, this is again if you want to give make basically affiliate commissions to people and pay people out to build your grow or expand your product or service that you have. Again, not applicable for me, and may not, most probably will not be applicable to you, so don't worry about that. Then you have custom domains. So from this entire page, there are two places we are going to go to emails and custom domains in the next step. Okay, and then we have the public API keys. An API, guys, just for you guys to understand, remember System.io is a technology. In API, I always like to explain it as the waiter that communicates between the kitchen and the guest. Okay, so that communication between the customer and the actual making of that dish, the waiter is the API. That means communication between one tool to another tool. So let's say with System.io using the API keys, you would be able to communicate an action that's happening within System.io to another tool, or vice versa. So it's really important to understand that. Again, this is really not needed. It is mainly for developers and something like that. If you are a little bit more tech savvy, then you would understand what API keys are. Same with webhooks. Again, a little bit more tech savvy. It's the same thing. It's about passing a clear, concise message via webhook. And if you want, you can read the information from the webhook and then actually use it to your advantage, right? So that you can create a custom automation in place based on webhooks. Also, a lot of people do that. Then you have integrations. Again, like I said, don't worry about API keys, don't worry about webhooks. We'll just look at integrations just to show you guys. There are three main integrations that you can see. One is Zoom, the other one is Google Sheets, and the other one is ActiveCampaign. ActiveCampaign is an email autoresponder which you can use directly through there. And if you want to know how much ActiveCampaign costs, just for you guys to understand, I'm going to go to the company so that you guys can see it. Okay, and we'll just look at pricing and features. Mind blowing for me to share with you, because then now you'll understand the costs that are applied to having, a third-party autoresponder or using System.io. I personally use System.io, but let's say you don't and you want to go with with ActiveCampaign, you would spend at least $15 15 euros every single month for that, and your limits are here. Okay, so your users basically would be one, etc., etc. You can see the details all over here. You don't have a pipeline, so on and so forth. I don't know how much is starter. I don't know how much contacts. Yeah, so you have only 1,000 contacts. So let's say you want to have 10,000 contacts. As a starter, let's say you have 10,000 people, you would be spending $149 per month, guys, per month, just to maintain your emails and your campaigns for those 10,000. So you need to make at least 149, just as an understanding, right? So it can become an expensive affair, and that's why I always say having System.io has been a lifesaver for me personally. Then you have affiliate commission payouts. This is just for you guys. Once you automatically become an affiliate for System.io when you get your account. So I would set this up once you're ready. I personally use wire transfer, and the bank details are my wife's bank account, but you can have either PayPal or your wire transfer, and that's it. So when you make affiliate commissions with System.io, they know where to send the money to. Otherwise, they don't know where to send the money to. So you can set all of this up. Again, not necessary when you're getting started. Notifications, this is just going to tell you where the notifications are. Again, I don't really look at this. Workspace members, I don't need this, but if you have an assistant that needs to use an account for different things, you can use this workspace for the rest. And then you have the security, which is basically a password. That is the settings. That's the first thing I need you guys to do, is work on the settings and fill this out. Now, I went through it so that you guys can see everything. The second thing that we need to do before we ever get started with actually building our funnel and everything else is we need to be able to have a domain. So when you are going and creating a sales funnel, just to show you guys, if you click create, it says funnel domain and it will give you a default domain, which is system.io. This is not good enough. Okay, you can build it and you can use it, yes, for your main domain, but I would suggest not to, because again, it's not professional enough. So how do you go about doing this? You can go to a site like Namecheap, or Namecheap, I'll just show you guys, namecheap.com, or you can go to GoDaddy. I'm not even leaving like affiliate links for this, all I'm just literally telling you this is how it is, and you can look for a domain and buy a domain. So that's the first place that I would recommend. Usually you have for the first year some kind of discounts available for that, but that's what you would need for the sales funnel, right? And the second thing I'm just going to show you guys, if I open an email, let's open this last email that I created, right? You can see right here it says send an email address and it says david at getpaidwithdave.com. How do I get this happening is because I needed to have an email domain set up. There is in the settings section right here, emails. If I go to emails, you'll see that this domain is set up right here and verified. So first and foremost, I need a verified domain. And secondly, I need to have a verified email address. Once I'm able to have these two things in place, then I can start to utilize the tool to the fullest and to the best of the ability. It's not going to give me, actually, it's not going to even allow me to send emails if I don't have a verified email domain. Okay, so it's very important to have a domain. And both of these things, guys, you can get from Namecheap or GoDaddy. You can literally buy your domain name here and buy also your email domain from Namecheap or GoDaddy. Give you guys an understanding, if you don't know how to do this or authenticate your domain, basically you can see right here there is, I think that if I'm not mistaken, I already have everything set up, but let's say you go to help and you go to help pages, and we will just go to this section right here, which is, where is it? Emails. Okay, so first, and before we go to emails or anything else, we will go to I think it is general. It should be in general. Here we go. How to add a custom domain to system.io. Okay, so this is an example that gives you exactly how to add a custom domain to your system.io. So once you have your domain ready, you'll basically, and I would do it step by step, right? So the first thing I would do is the domain itself. So you would need to come here to custom domains, and basically you would need to add your domain as a new domain right here. And if you don't know how to do that, you can read this article. Where does it take you? It takes you to that page that I just opened right now. So it tells you exactly how to do that. If you don't have a domain, you need to buy a domain from GoDaddy or Namecheap. Come here and follow this step by step. Basically, you'll need to add DNS records. It's not complicated, guys. Trust me, follow this step by step and you'll be able to do it. You need to put the DNS records and you need to put your CNAME. These are the two things, and then you need to verify it and then wait. Sometimes it doesn't happen immediately, so you need to wait sometimes 24 hours for it to be verified. So that's the custom domain. And then after you've done that for your domain, after you've added your domain here, you can now go to your emails and then do the exact same thing for your email domain. So this is already verified, should show verified once everything is done. And then you need to add your email domain right here. Now for your email domain, I think if I'm not mistaken here, they don't give it to me. So let's go back to the help page, okay, and just show you. And we go help pages. And I'm doing this for you guys to see so that it's clear, right? And we want to look at the email domain. So I will put literally, scroll down here, and I believe it's gone. Sorry, I clicked on blog. All right, guys, so here I am. You need to go to deliverability, and you can see that it first says, how do you authenticate your domain name for email sending? Again, follow this step by step, but basically you need to add your domain there, and then you need to do the exact same thing as we did before. So take the DNS record and take the DMARC record as well, but the DNS first. Go to GoDaddy, add all those things there, verify it, make sure that everything's good, and then come back here and do exactly this step by step what is written here. You need to do that. It's very straightforward, very doable. I did it myself and we checked. So this is basically verifying the domain even for your email, okay? And then what we want to do, remember, you're filling in your settings, and then you've gone out and bought an email domain, and you bought a domain. This is after you bought your email domain, you start to set things up. So then now you need to also create a DMARC record. This is something that's very important. Again, follow the exact same thing. that's available right here. It eases the thing, it eases everything out because it gives all the instructions needed and you can follow it very easily. I did the exact same thing. So these are the two pages. Let me repeat that for you guys. So in the email deliverability, you need to know how to authenticate your domain and you need to know how to add your DMARC record. Once you have those two things in place, then everything else is absolutely should be fine and we can start to go ahead with everything that is needed within the next step, which is we'll talk about sales funnels and everything related to the funnel builder within system.io. It's going to be a long one. In fact, I'm going to break it up into two videos and we're going to look at it step by step so that we have everything in place. And I'm going to show you actually the funnel that I am building and what I'm going to be promoting in the next few days so that you guys have a realistic example for the future. And remember, I am going to be talking about also advertising at the end. So that's it. Remember, the summary of this video is the first few things that you need to do is go through your settings and get your domains. These are the two things that you need to do before anything can be done within system.io. It's the least amount of cost. You're going to spend a yearly amount on a domain. You're going to spend a yearly amount on also an email domain that you're getting. And that's all. That's going to be a yearly cost, guys. And it's literally not that much if you look at it. Okay. So make sure, think about this as an actual tool that we're using for the future. Yes, you can not use an email domain and you cannot use a website, but that's going to hurt your deliverability. That's going to hurt your progress. So take it seriously and make that decision to at least get a domain and an email domain. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Let's hop on and I will talk to you guys in the next video about the rest.